That's BS. Seriously. Yeah. But yeah, I think that just about covers. I think that just about covers our final thoughts on Brawl. Oh, final thoughts.
Yes, our closing thoughts.
Yes. We're not saying by any means it's a bad game.
Nope.
We weren't saying that throughout this entire thing.
If it was a bad game, we wouldn't be wanting to improve it.
Yes. If it was something like, I don't know, Wand of Gamelon, which, you know, should not be improved because it should never have been brought on this earth, but then again, where would we get all these lovely YouTube poops?
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
I'll grab my stuff. There's no time. Your sword is enough, my boy. But yeah, like we were saying, it definitely worth a rental.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like games where you can take cute characters and have them beat the living shit out of each other, Brawl's for you. Especially if you're a fanboy. Melee is better.
Yes.
Get Melee for sure. Get Melee for sure. It'll take you a longer time to get everything, but it's so much more satisfying.
Oh, yes.
Brawl, on the other hand, it's a great game once you unlocked everything.
Which will be probably in one day.
Yes. And, it's a great game to play with your buddies.
Right.
But not necessarily as a one-player experience.
Exactly.
If you unlocked everything, get your buddies and have a brawl.
Yeah, have a brawl. Ha, funny.
But, like, it's a great game for, like I said, it's a great game for your buddies. I mean, me and him have a blast playing, what Bunny Hood Fast Metal Mode?
We've never played that.
Shut up, you're supposed to say yes.
Oh, right. My catchphrase. Uh-huh.
Anyway, yeah, especially with all the customization you can do with different brawls, like Special Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
You can have them be giant, you can have them be invisible, metal, you can have them wear bunny hood, you can have them do anything. The customization when it comes to actually playing with your friends is limitless.
Right.
And this custom stages, great idea, but could have been done more with it. Yes. Especially like if you did textures or some shit.
Right.
Masterpieces, get them out of there. Trophies, great idea. Subspace Emissary, good on paper. Great idea on paper, but not necessarily well in execution. Because it gets very boring after a while.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the Great Maze.
Oh, God.
I think everybody...
Basically, you're doing the exact same shit over and over and over again. What's the point?
It's like Double Dragon from hell. But yeah. Overall, we would give this game probably about C+ to a B-.
Yes.
I know Random DCE gave it a D-. He has his opinion, but I honestly think Brawl deserves more than that.
Yes.
A little more than
just
that.
A little more.
Just a little more. Yes, it had a lot of things wrong with it.
Indeed.
It wasn't perfect. It had a lot of things wrong with it. It had a lot of things that could have been done so much more with it. Especially, like we said, the amount of time that was put into actually making the game.
Right.
But they did something right because it sold a lot of copies and it's a lot of fun to play with your friends. So, for our final rating, we give Brawl between a C- and a B+. Definitely worth a rental.
A C- and a B+. Don't you mean a C+ and a B-?
Yes, between a C+ and a B-. Because it's not a bad game, but it definitely needs improvement.
Oh,
especially with the online mode.
Oh god, that's another thing we forgot to talk about. The online mode sucks!
Yes, Nintendo. Fix the online mode before you decide to release the game. Because that's what everyone's going to be playing it for.
Yeah, that's what... I mean, you tried to do that for Mario Kart DS. Guess what? That cut out every single match you raced on.
Another thing I never got was Mario Kart Wii had downloadable content. Yet Brawl doesn't. If there's one game that needs to have downloadable content, it's Brawl. But yeah, final thoughts, definitely give it a rental. If you like it, buy it. Especially if you saved everything on the memory card with the rental.
Yeah.
So you can have all your friends come over and play Brawl.
Uh-huh.
It's a good game. It might be considered a great game, but it's not a perfect game, and there's a lot of flaws with it. So, once again, it's not perfect, and it's not the greatest game ever made. There's no such thing as the greatest game ever made, because the greatest game ever made title changes with everything that comes out. Halo 3, Brawl, GoldenEye 64, Super Mario Bros. 3. There's no such thing as the greatest game ever made. It all goes down to personal preference.
Actually, the greatest game ever made was the first ever video game that was ever made, because without that, we wouldn't have video games today.
You're talking about Pong, right?
I sure am.
Pong is better than Brawl. This is Big Al.
And Chibi Necodemics.
A.K.A. Adam. Thea. And over and out.
From the parrot